You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Jody Miller-Young. Now, this show is all about living stylishly with your dog and also about wonderful rescue stories. My guest today creates beautiful pieces that are very stylish and also helps rescues. Her name is Martha Correa, and she's an accomplished opera singer and artist. We're going to meet Martha, her own rescue dog, Poppy, and discover all she does right after this short break from one of our sponsors. And there's a giveaway, so stay tuned. Grab that favorite beverage, get cozy. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back after a short pause.
It's DesignerPetSweaters.com. Hand-knitted designer sweaters for your precious pup or cool cat. Beautiful couture patterns for your pets, including custom-knitted formal wear, casual wear, yachting, and even sports-themed. Many designer pet sweaters include feathered tammy hats, top hats, and a lot of sparkle. Each sweater includes leg loops, front paw sleeves, and leash opening. Visit DesignerPetSweaters.com to order your four-legged fashions today. Large or small, we fit them all. DesignerPetSweaters.com.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. If you want style, beauty, culture, and rescue, you're in the right place. I'm Jody Miller-Young, and we have a very talented guest with us today. Martha Correa is a classically trained opera singer and an acclaimed visual artist. And I thought there weren't enough hours in the day. Let's learn about what Martha does and what drew her to a career in the visual arts helping shelter animals. And stay tuned at the end, because I'm going to give you the scoop on how to enter the giveaway and win one of Martha's adorable, beautiful pieces. Hey, Martha.
Hey, Jody. How are you?
I am good. How are you doing today?
Good. I'm doing great.
I'm so excited to have you on the show. I love your pieces when I first met you and saw your work. And I was very surprised to find out that your first career was in something totally different, an artist as well, but you, for most of your life, were a classically trained vocalist, right?
Yes, that's absolutely right.
Now, you went to special schools. I mean, this was serious business.
Yes.
You performed
Yes,
at operas. Tell us a little bit about that life.
All right, I would love to do so. I've always been a singer and a visual artist since I was a little girl. And I was always singing and always lauded for my voice. And people loved to hear me sing. And I sing from the heart, so it comes from a deep emotional place. But I've also always done visual art, whether it took form in the shape of little sculpted dogs or horses that I did from a very young age to drawings. But my education is as a classically trained opera singer, and I did my undergraduate work and my graduate studies and degrees at the University of Michigan, where I have a Master of Music in vocal training in opera.
Now, Martha, I also read that you sang over 1,000 performances of The Phantom of the Opera, the national Broadway production directed by Howard Prince.
Yes,
wow.
And that was really such a rewarding part of my career. I had been singing with Lyric Opera of Chicago, and I was based there, and part of a very, very coveted position with the Lyric Opera Center for American Artists, where the opera company chooses 2 to 3 singers in each voice category per year, and I was one of those people. So it was incredible experience and training. And I had just returned from Italy as well as winner of the International Bel Canto operatic competition, where I lived in Siena, Italy, and also was exposed to beautiful art. And I had a call from Johnson Lift Casting Company in New York, and yes, indeed, they asked if I was interested in possibly joining the cast of Phantom, and I accepted and did this for a little over 3 years, over 1,000 performances.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Do you still, now you've done nationally televised commercials as well, you've lent your voice to. Do you still do any of this work?
Yes, I do. And your audience most probably has heard my voice on some of my national television commercials for which I've sung McDonald's and United Airlines and Procter & Gamble, Cheer, all sorts of things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
and you still do. So
I still do. I'm booked through 2017 right now. I'm singing a show. I know, it's a busy time for me. I'm singing a show on the beautiful music of a French cultural icon named Edith Piaf called La Vie en Rose. Yes, it's a phenomenal show.
So you said you were a visual artist since you were a child as well. Tell us about how that sort of morphed into My Rescue and The Red Dog.
Okay. This was not planned, first of all, but this... My Rescue combines two of the loves of my life, which I've always loved animals, and I've always, I grew up with a dog, I've always had a dog, and the arts. And in 1985, I had published a children's coloring book, actually with a cast of characters, and it was produced and sold regionally, so and it did very well. But voice, really, and my operatic career took precedent, and I was traveling all over the United States and a little bit in Europe, but I must say I was always quietly doing my art, and those talents kind of rose to the top with my colleagues and cast members. I remember being asked to design some of the artwork for Broadway Cares, Equity Fights AIDS. So when we would sing fundraisers, I was called upon to design T-shirts and do various artwork to help our fellow castmates.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so out of this, did you have an aha moment? Was getting your own rescue?
Well, this is true.
What inspired My Rescue?
Okay, I'll share with you. I had a beautiful little dog named Peachy who left our earth at the age of 16, and I was completely heartbroken, and I did not think I could have another adopt again. I just didn't think I could do it. And on each of my birthdays, I would go to the Humane Society and donate and kind of say hi to the animals there. And I kind of became a petfinder.com junkie. I used to just love seeing all the animals, and one day there was a little dog that caught my eye, and she was beautiful, and I noticed that she was being fostered close to home locally in St. Joseph, Michigan. And to make a long story short, I adopted Poppy, and this adoption changed my life. I started to really create again in a big way, and I created a little sculpture 8 inches tall in steel, and I featured it in my little studio, and I made 6 of them in bright colors, and they were adopted very quickly, these little works of art, and everybody said the same thing to me. They said, "Martha, I love this sculpture. It's so happy and beautiful, and it reminds me of your rescue dog, Poppy."
And I'm sure Poppy inspired it, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that she had, but when I looked at the sculpture, to me, I was just creating a dog, but it really was Poppy, and I realized they were right, and so I named the sculpture My Rescue, and as my courage and confidence built, I started to enlarge upon the theme, and then I applied to a special exhibition and I was accepted, so I enlarged the pieces.
Martha? What is that?
What? This was at the Ford Museum in Michigan, in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
And what is
and
that
they
that
invited
you
me
applied to?
This was a national exhibition, I think it's international, called Art Prize.
Oh, okay.
And there were about 25 openings at the Ford Museum, and I just sent them images, and sure enough, they were thrilled and accepted my work. So I exhibited the 5 primary colored dogs of Poppy, and I titled it My Rescue, and I devoted my art to raising awareness to the importance of rescue and dedicating my work to all who rescue, foster, adopt, donate.
Oh, it's beautiful. Love, love, love that.
Yeah.
Share with us the types of artwork you create. You talked about the Red Dog pieces in all the colors, which, by the way,
Yeah.
Red Dog has become a symbol of rescue. It's present in all 50 states, right? As well as
Yes, Jody.
England, Australia, Canada, right? So,
yes.
So in addition to the Red Dog pieces, which you do in all different types of, settings, if you will, which we'll talk about a little more, what else are you creating as part of this My Rescue art?
This happened quite organically, but when I exhibited those 5 My Rescue dogs, my first dogs, they resonated so deeply with the community, and I started to hear from rescue organizations, not only beginning in Michigan, but around the country. And executive directors were emailing and contacting me and saying, this is just fantastic. This is a great symbol of rescue and a way to raise awareness. And you know that we also have rescue kitties that need help.
Aww,
so could you consider possibly...
dogs.
Really? So, they asked, could you consider creating a rescue kitty? And I did. I developed a beautiful little My Rescue kitty, and I started to exhibit those on a large scale. And the more I started to work in rescue, and I began donating proceeds from the sale of my art to help rescue organizations and humane organizations around the country, I learned that there was a situation with Chihuahuas, and that after pit bulls, Chihuahuas are the number one at risk in our country.
That's right. That's right.
For
They're
being
the most
sacrificed.
dumped. They're the most dumped, and
yeah,
it's really very, very sad. It's true.
Very sad. And to raise awareness, to educate the public about that, in a very sweet way, I created Baby Blue Velvet, and she is a 400-pound steel Chihuahua. And she's very, very, very delicate and beautiful, and she has friends, and those also were exhibited at the Ford Museum. And
everybody will be able to see these too, Martha. We have pictures of all of this that you can see on the Bark and Swagger page of the Pet Life Radio site, so you can see what we're talking about, and they are really beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you, Jody.
You're welcome. So, you've also created pieces, wearables, pieces that you can purchase. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yes. I was working in concert with one of the humane societies, and one of the executive directors actually suggested to me, could you make smaller miniatures of some of these works that you do? Because not everybody has, the budget or the means to have one of the larger pieces. And I was delighted, and it took quite a bit of time, but I have developed some beautiful, they're really jewelry quality, small miniatures of My Rescue, which are very, very popular as either key rings, or they're so beautiful you can, many people are attaching them to their handbags to show support of rescue.
Yeah.
And the best part of all is I'm able to donate proceeds from the sale of each of these items to help animals.
That's wonderful. And they're beautiful. I have mine. I bought mine.
Thank you.
And she is absolutely correct when she says they're jewelry quality. This is a substantial, beautiful piece. So when you show it, whether it's on your handbag or, you take it out, as a key ring, it stands out. It really does. And the colors are fantastic. So remember, I am doing a giveaway, our Labor of Love giveaway. 2 lucky Bark and Swagger listeners are going to receive a keychain from Martha Correa of My Rescue in the color of your choice. So stay tuned to the end of the show when you'll get all the details on how to enter. And we're going to come back and talk more with Martha. I'm really excited to find out and share with you where her works are displayed and a little bit more about what she's doing. So go refresh that beverage. We'll take a break from our sponsor, and we'll be right back.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back, right after we kibble a little with our sponsors.
She was thrown out of a pickup truck.
Somebody threw him out of a car and shattered his leg.
They found her walking on the streets.
Many have been abused, malnourished, eating garbage.
Scabs, itching, licking, missing fur.
There's this commercial on TV that the ASPCA does. They want you to send in $19 a month for a dog in the shelter. I think you should go and adopt a dog from the ASPCA and then get that dog on Dinovite.
DINOVITE.com.
You don't need to spend thousands on vet bills.
Their answer is nutrition.
The omega-3 fatty acids.
Flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa, the digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
When you rescue a dog, you've got to feed him right for life. Every rescue deserves at least 90 days of Dinovite.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
Dinovite is nutrition.
Dinovite for life.
DINOVITE.com.
Are you having trouble getting the word out about your new pet product or invention? Let Whitegate PR open the gate to your marketing and public relations efforts. We've been specializing in public relations in the pet industry for over a decade. From press releases to media relations and publicity to pet trade shows and launch events to social media, the pet-friendly team at Whitegate PR has you covered. If you listen to the wise words of Bill Gates, he says, "If I had $1 left, I'd spend it on PR." Learn more at whitegatepr.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Bark and Swagger on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Jody Miller-Young, and we're here today with Martha Correa of My Rescue, a wonderfully talented artist and classically trained vocalist, opera singer for that matter, who is telling us about her beautiful works and how she draws attention to the importance of rescue. Hey, Martha, welcome back.
Hey, Jody.
So tell us a little bit about where people can see your sculptures. I know you have public art installations, museum exhibits. Tell us a little bit about those.
Sure, I would love to. Something very exciting happened, and there's a city in Michigan, it's called Hastings, Michigan, and they purchased 3 of my rescue dogs, which are created in such a way that they interlock with one another. So when your audience looks at the website or the different photos, they will see that the little chest of the dog interlocks with the tail. So it becomes kind of an interlocking fun piece. Yeah, a chain of, I love that. Yes, a chain of love. Yeah. Love it.
They look great too. I've seen those in the pictures you sent. They're beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. And so I currently have work also in Valparaiso, Indiana at the City Hall. There's a beautiful brand new City Hall. So those are being enjoyed by the city there. My lullabunnies, which are another facet.
These are larger installations that are outdoor installations,
yes,
right? Yeah.
They are. These are considered public art. They're large scale. The Ella Sharp Museum of Art and History in Jackson, Michigan also has my Lullabunny family on a 1-year exhibit right now. And the Lullabunnies also came about. They actually began as creations I had formed in snow, if you can believe, and they became a favored character in Poppy's Facebook on myrescuedogs.org Facebook.
They're so
and when
cute.
The snow melted, oh, thank you. Well, when the snow melted, I had to make them into clay, and I enlarged upon them. And the Lullabunnies also are doing good things for others. They represent compassion. So those are at the Ella Sharp Museum. Mm-hmm. And the Crassel Museum featured my rescue dogs as part of their coveted biennial sculptural invitational exhibition. So the works are getting around, and I have some very exciting upcoming exhibits which are scheduled for 2017-2018, which will also be doing, they're going to be really doing some important things for the cause of rescue and specifically puppy mill education.
Love that. Yeah. We'll have to talk more about that when the time is right. If you like what you see on the Bark and Swagger page of Martha Carre's My Rescue work, specifically those gorgeous jewelry quality keychains, we're giving 2 away. So stay tuned. Keep listening. At the end of our interview, I'm going to tell you all how to enter the giveaway. And 2 lucky Bark and Swagger listeners will win a keychain in your choice of color. Now, you and Poppy step out. You step out and you go to wonderful events that benefit rescues, draw more attention to rescue. I saw a very glamorous picture of you and Poppy at the Chicago Paws Fur Ball. Tell us more about the kinds of events you do step out to.
Well, we do. Poppy and I attend many events, and we are donors to these events as well. I'm very proud of the fact, for instance, for the Chicago Paws Fur Ball, which is held at the beautiful Drake Hotel in downtown Chicago, I created a 2 version of my rescue in steel.
Wow.
And the theme colors were silver and black this past year, and I created this beautiful sculpture in silver and donated it in full to their silent auction. So all of the monies that are raised are completely donated by my rescue.
Wonderful. So now, what's coming up for my rescue? I know you said you have installations coming up in 17, 18. Are there plans for any other kinds of pieces? Anything you want to share with us? You had a great T-shirt campaign that you did.
We did.
Those T-shirts. I'm so sorry I missed that campaign.
I know. I've been getting so many private messages about my T-shirt designs that I really will reinstate
Bring them back. Bring them back.
Yes, somebody with a volunteer, I believe, with it was called Second Chance Cocker Rescue. So this is a breed-specific rescue in Santa Barbara, California, approached me in March and asked if I could help out, and I designed the most adorable little Cocker Spaniel and made T-shirts which read, "Everyone deserves a second chance," on the front. And the monies were donated to help that organization. Just in the last day or so, I've launched a new character to my repertoire, which is a rescue pug. And I'm going to be assisting Colorado Pug Rescue and other rescues. We regularly have an original work of art which I will create, and we post it onto Poppy's Facebook, and we silent auction the piece, and the winner gets to choose who the monies are donated to.
Wonderful.
So we have donated, I know, Jody, it's grown so large. We've donated to the National Puppy Mill Society.
Rescue,
We've donated,
National Puppy Mill Rescue. They're
yes,
very
in Colorado.
Big, very important. Yep.
Yes, and just to name a few, and Harley to the rescue, which I'm going to, if we have time to talk about a little bit. Yes.
Harley.
The Beagle Freedom Project. Yes. Barks in Baltimore, Sweet Pea Friends of Rutland, which is a no-kill shelter in Massachusetts, was having some problems, and we helped them out.
So then let's open this up to listeners who have a favorite shelter or volunteer or work with a shelter. If you are interested in reaching out to Martha and seeing if you can work with her, email me at jody@barkandswagger.com, and we'll connect you two and see if it's something that is workable.
Absolutely. I absolutely love to help through my art.
I love it. Now,
I would love that.
Where can people find you to purchase and to get more information, Martha?
Sure. Our most active way of seeing day by day what we're doing and who we're helping is through, myrescuedogs.org Facebook page.
Okay,
I don't know a short way of saying that.
Okay, so it's plural dogs, myrescuedogs with an S.org Facebook page. And
yes,
if people just plug in My Rescue Dogs, your page will pop up, yeah?
Well, myrescuedogs.org, yeah,
Okay,
or my
you have to
name,
put that
Martha
in.
Carey.
Got it.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to make this a part of this giveaway. So if anybody wants to, if you love what you see, you want to support rescue, you want to show you are a supporter of rescue and shelter animals, enter our giveaway. This is going to be a Facebook giveaway. So here's what you do to enter. On the Bark and Swagger page of Pet Life Radio, you'll see the link to my Bark and Swagger Facebook page. Go there, and there'll be a post all about what you need to do to enter. In a nutshell, you're going to like the Bark and Swagger page, you're going to like the myrescue.org page, and you're going to post a picture of your rescue and tell us in, 1 or 2 short sentences how your rescue changed your life, because we know that they all change our lives. And then we will choose 2 Bark and Swagger listeners to win a keychain each in your choice of color. This is going to go on for a week, so go to the page. As soon as, you hear this, go to the page, check it out, see if it's still open. We're going to be promoting this, so hopefully you'll get in early enough to participate. And good luck to everybody. Martha, thank you so much for being here. We really, really appreciate you taking the time out to spend with us, and we love what you're doing. And we love that you're, drawing so much awareness to the importance of rescuing. Thank you.
Thank you, Jody. What an extreme pleasure. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. And thank you all for listening. Thanks to our producer, Mark Winter. Mark, you make us sound great. You rock. My passion is living stylishly and animal rescue. So tune in next time to discover the designers, home decor, styles, and rescue stories I love. And don't forget to visit me at barkandswagger.com, where you'll find great fashion, shelter stories, and more. So until next time, when fierce fashion calls, bark and swagger.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.